Sporting directors, are they a necessity or a hindrance? You know, you go back 30 years ago, Ferguson, Wenger, Mourinho's, these guys, the managers, went out, they gave a list to the owners and said, these are the guys we want, can we have them? And they would go out and try and buy the players. And of course, the managers would sort of get involved because sometimes it helps to have the manager talking directly to players. The players often want to go to not just the most successful club, but they're persuaded by the managers. Fergie did it, Wenger did it. So, you know, what's changed in the last few years? Sporting directors have become an integral part of football clubs, you know, hierarchy. Do we think that's a necessity? Well, I suppose, really, if I'm logical about it, nowadays, with all the work that managers have to do, I think you need somebody who takes that pressure and stress off them to go out and try and bring players in. However, I do think that sporting directors, in many cases, are becoming too powerful. And I think it's up to them who they should be aiming for, who they should be buying. I think it's up to the manager. You either make a decision, is the manager the guy that's going to take your team and build a team for the future, depending on the way he plays his football, because he's going to feel certain players fit into his style of football. Now, that's not for the sporting director to make those decisions. And if you've got a direction that you want to go and you need a centre half who's left footed, you tell the sporting director that's what you want, and you tell him who your players are. And then the sporting director goes out and comes back and says, he's available, he's not available, but hello, this guy that you didn't thought about is. And the manager says, yeah, that fits into the system. Leave it all to sporting director then. Not like, and now, and I don't like Ten Hag, not that I don't like him, but I didn't think he was that good. You know, you now hear that players like Xerxes were bought into United. He didn't want him there. Well, that's going to cause a problem. Why should a manager then have a player he doesn't think is good enough? He then takes the blame if that player doesn't come out and work out to be good enough for his team. The manager gets the blame, not the sporting director. So, frankly speaking, sporting directors, I don't like. Another leech on society, another leech on clubs' costs, etc. But I think nowadays it is a necessity to take the pressure off of the manager. But I believe it's still the manager's decision which players he should have, and the sporting director's job is to go out and try and get them or find new players that are available for the manager to make the decision. Always a manager in the end's decision, in my opinion, because the buck stops there. And I think sporting directors are becoming too powerful. An important job, but not the decision makers which players are actually bought by the club. That is the manager's job in the end, and he gets the kick up, the rocket, or whatever you want to call it, if it goes wrong. That's my thought on it. Interesting to see what you think. Football Chat Uncensored, Reno talking.